I say, you think that a wave takes 20, 30, fucking hell,
It
a
can.
tsunami doesn't take 20, 30 minutes to
If
go
it's a big
through.
swell, it would take a minute for sure.
Well,
So I
here's
see
an
what you're saying.
yeah, here's an interesting thing. Can you see that little
Stingray,
dot
why is
there?
nobody helping that sinking ship?
Can
Well,
you see?
yeah, what's the other one to the left? What's that one?
That's I think that's a dog. This is a person. So I think
yeah, I've seen this before.
Yeah.
That's a stretch of land.
Yeah. Well, it's a sandbank. You can see it. Wait a minute. You can see it if I put it there. This is you can see it raised slightly here. It's a sandbank that happens to be perfectly on the horizon. So that's a 6 foot person there or thereabouts. I mean, there might be a midget, but I'm just going to say they're about a 6 foot person. And this vessel is definitively, like, most of it, 100 feet of it is below that 6 foot person.
Totally agree. So have you ever been in the ocean and tried to catch waves like skin surf or surfboard or anything like that?
To be honest, I'm about as far away from the ocean in my country that you could actually get without actually
so
digging into the ground.
No. You never tried to ride some waves?
And you wouldn't do it in the UK either. You wouldn't want to go. The places where you go to surf in the UK.
Other places, man. I just thought maybe. So anyway, I'll just tell
you. Florida, I've done it.
Okay. Yeah. So sometimes you can look way out there and see some big waves coming, and they literally take, I don't know, 30, 45 seconds to get to you, maybe a minute. And then you got to consider, where did that wave start? Way on out there. Because there's no, in my particular area, there's no like a hard reef for it to hit to create it. So it's coming from a long, long distance away. These are all data points that we need to know to verify what you're seeing. Does that make sense?
I mean, that's fine, but could you admit that this kind of looks like what we would expect to see on a curving Earth?
Yeah, absolutely.
Waves get bigger as they get to shore.
Did you see this that I was demonstrating, by the way? You know what this is?
Yeah, tell me what's going on here. I saw this, like, this is what I was telling you. I was like, saw 10 or 15 seconds of.
Yeah. Now, this is, I like this. This is really cool. So, on the right-hand side, we've got a flat reflective water surface, right? And on the left-hand side, we've got a curving water surface. Now, when I move this,
anything to a glober.
When I move this down,
let me clarify. On the right-hand side, that blue marker is straight. The horizon is straight. On the left-hand side, you're saying it's curved?
Not the horizon. The horizon is straight on both. The water's curving going away from you on the left, and it's totally flat on the right.
Forward and back. Gotcha.
Now, when a sun sets on a curving ocean, it's a very different prediction to just a sun going behind a flat surface. Because on a flat surface, we see a perfect reflection, like equal height, everything, all the way down till when it's half there, it's half in the water, all that kind of stuff. But on the left, if you look at the curving ocean, it kind of acts differently. It says when the sun's going down behind a curving ocean on the horizon, that the reflection's going to disappear
so
first.
Wave would have to be between 60 and 100 foot
before
high boat.
The reflection's going to.
This is why I don't like people using ocean. The ocean is always in motion, so we can't really give this example. And what you're showing is beautiful and something that maybe needs to be tested on, like a lake that's no wind, so big that we can see that sun setting into it, kind of like you're showing. I have a hard time with the ocean because it's moving, it's bouncing, you have swells, you have waves.
All right, that's fine. How about, do you want to...
Don't let Stingray when using fancy evidence. Trust the motion of the ocean.
Do you want to answer some questions about Flat Earth?
I have a real video that demonstrates this perfectly.
I don't have all the answers to Flat Earth. And the reason I'm a Flat Earther is because reality shows me. I just trust my own senses. But then I look at some of the stuff that you guys say, and I'm saying, like, it's something that's got to be figured out.
Yeah, but we have all the
some valid arguments. I mean, there's some good, decent evidence there, but it all falls short to, as soon as you start telling me I'm seeing things I don't see or experience, I don't know how you can ever convert me to be a glober.
No. I'm not bothered about converting to be a glober. I'm just saying, I have some concerns that I'd like to show you about the flat Earth. Right? I don't know whether have you seen the Australia example or the South Africa example or anywhere below the Tropic of Capricorn example, right?
Yeah, you talking about the sun turning to the left?
Well, rotating the wrong way, right? It's not just turning to the left, it's actually rotating the wrong way. So this would be a flat Earth sun if the Earth were flat. But for anybody below the the Tropic of Capricorn in Australia, so that would involve most of the population, to be fair, all the way around this coast. And
right,
then,
the
Perth,
sun circle would be opposite.
Yeah, so they actually see the sun doing this.
Impossible to bring the weak-minded back to reality.
That's weird, right?
It is very weird, and it's something that needs to be figured out, but it can partially be explained by the larger circuit of the Earth or the sun. So a longer distance could give a perspective change at the end of it. So you're not seeing it.
Yeah, but this is the problem, I Am Legend, right? This is the real problem. It is objectively true, as in you and me can verify, everybody can verify this, that on December the 22nd...
Where is the firmament in this flat Earth?
On this red line, this is the Tropic of Capricorn. If you went and stood on that line, let's say we could get every person in the world to stand a mile apart on this line, right? On the 22nd of December, it would come straight over all of our heads because this is its ground position. It doesn't matter whether it's a diamond shape, a ball sack, or a sphere, or a flat Earth. On this particular line, which is an objective distance away from the North Pole, the sun is coming straight over all our heads if we are all lined up on the Tropic of Capricorn. So when you say, can it take a wider circle? No, not if we trust reality and our eyes. It can't.
I'm not saying can it. It does. The circle diameter is wider than it when it's in the north.
No, this is one day. One day. The
right,
furthest out,
the
December
distance it travels is longer.
Yeah, December the 22nd is the furthest out it can be before coming back in. And we're talking about ground position here, right? The ground position on the 22nd, 23rd of December on every year, we call that the Tropic of Capricorn. It is the height of the winter solstice. If you stand on this...
I'm telling you, it covers more distance in one day than it does when we have our summer in the north.
Oh, no. Yeah, this isn't about summer in the north. This is about one day in December, the winter solstice, a single day. The ground position of the sun travels on the Tropic of Capricorn. There's no getting around that fact.
All right, I got you. So what is the point?
Yeah, so the point is, on that day, people in Australia see the sun doing 98%.
I literally started off with this.
Yeah.
It turns the opposite way of what you would expect.
Yeah, but here's the crazy thing, right? If it's round here, it's over the Tropic of Capricorn.
The Earth's dome is made out of peppermint.
The weird thing
firmament.
is, Australians see it here. So that would be two suns, right? It'd have to be.
Oh, it's definitely a problem.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not arguing.
Okay. But this works on just being on a sphere and it rotating, right?
I get what you're saying, and I showed that you model it. But again, you would have to prove to me that I'm spinning and rotating and not feeling any of it. So there's a problem here that needs to be solved. You're showing that, but that does not prove that it's a spinning, rotating Earth.
So just a quick question. Do you think it's important to have numbers when we say you need to, I should feel spin, for example, right?
No, I think it's more important that you trust your own senses. And if you're going to tell me that my senses are not, I can't trust my senses and I can't feel that I'm stationary and I can't believe all that and Earth spinning, you're going to have to come with astounding evidence. And it's not going to be the sun.
No,
It's
I
gonna have
get
to be something.
I get that. And trust me, I do actually already know that there is nothing that I could show you, demonstrable or otherwise, that would convince you that you're on a planet. Right?
There's
I know
nothing you
that.
can show me, but you can logically demonstrate to me how I could not feel a rotation or acceleration of a spinning object.
Got you. How about this? Let's have a look at this. So this aircraft, in a second, when it comes up, I've got to wait for my computer to load. I need a faster computer. This isn't an aircraft.
Yeah, sadly I could.
Really?
Yeah, and I know you think this is illogical, but I can create a balance point inside that plane if I had the materials, and it would show me that it's turning.
At point, you'd be hard pushed, because I was going to say, when you look at a glass of water, yeah,
I got you. Not a glass of water. So if I put a small point, a small pinpoint, and then stacked rocks upon it and made it perfectly balanced, at some point those rocks will fall left or right because it's in motion.
I mean, I'd say you'd need a more accurate device than rocks to be able to tell.
But I could measure the rate of turn.
He asked
right?
if you could tell by feeling it.
Yeah, so that is a good point, Fuzzy. I did say if you shut your eyes,
that's the problem. On the globe, you cannot measure it. You can't.
We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that in a second. My question was, with your eyes shut, could you tell me which direction the plane's turning?
Probably not.
With your eyes open, can you tell me which direction this plane is turning?
Probably not. I would use. I'd have to use some kind of tool.
Yeah, there you go. So this is turning.
Then again, hold on one second. But then again, that details the problem. I'm unable to tell on the Earth which way it's turning.
Yeah.
Using any instrument that you know.
Well, no, that's not true. So looking at this, we've established you wouldn't be able to tell. I wouldn't. And this actually falls like within one.
I feel like it's turning to the right, but I can't tell you for sure.
I think it's actually.
I think it's going left and right, honestly.
Yeah, no, wait a minute. Are you ready? It is turning to the left. There you go.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to tell that.
Yeah.
Here's the problem, Stingray. Just one thing, all right?
Yeah.
You're not in a linear fashion on the Earth.
But wait a minute. Yeah. Wait a minute. Give me a sec. So we've established, and by the way, it is hauling ass, because if I play it on that view, there it goes. It's away.
Well, it's hauling ass. I like it.
But anyway, and it is predominantly, it turns left.
Subscriber UP.
So that's the rate of turn if you were at the equator on the Earth, except this plane is turning left and right. You're actually at the equator turning down. So rather than a left to right at the equator, which this plane is that you wouldn't be able to feel, at the equator, you're actually turning down. If the Earth's moving, you're going down with it, but at 0.25 degrees per minute. And that's the thing you wouldn't be able to tell. But wait, you said you'd need to be able to measure it. And I'm with you on that. Absolutely 100% with you on that. And you can. You could do it. So
we're not going to go into the gyroscope right now. We're not going to go into that deep of a level. So I want to take you back out of that, because that's a bunch of tangents. Okay.
It's a measuring device for tangential change, right?
I know all about it, and we're going to disagree on it, so it's all good. So let me ask you this. Do you feel acceleration?
Yeah. Well, actually, it depends on the magnitude of the acceleration,
Now,
but I should be.
It depends on the magnitude. So at what point will I not feel acceleration?
You wouldn't feel acceleration from studies below... Wait a minute, let me think. I think it's below 18 centimeters per second.
His brain can't handle
So on average, a study was done in, I want to say the 1960s, 1950s. It took a group of athletes, a group of office workers. It took a few old people, some young people. It took some sick people. And it was...
Yes, let's avoid the instruments that disprove your flat Earth.
And it was a study done for... human perception, and they, among two of the things that they actually they actually measured in this. I'll get the reference because it is actually quite interesting. I'll post a video about it. They got people to test what acceleration they would feel. They also got people to test what tangential difference they'd see in shapes and all kinds of fucking weird stuff. But it turns out, I think if I remember correctly, 15 centimeters per second acceleration. You would expect to be able to feel. But wait a minute, just really quickly, that was laterally. Yeah, so that was left to right. That wasn't up and down. Now, our inner ear and the fluid, our balance system is built for left to right balance and acceleration. The acceleration at the equator is not left to right. It's up and down. But if it was left to right, then I think it would be about 15 centimeters per second squared.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you, or I'm going to ask you, what actually tells you acceleration, and don't use your ear. Now, I'm going to tell you acceleration is felt by a tensing in your muscle system.
No, you can feel acceleration by completely being relaxed.
Right. So from a complete relaxed state, you feel acceleration from going from that moment of complete no tension on your muscle system to, okay, wow, I had to adjust just even a fraction.
No, you don't. Muscle. No, you don't need to. You feel acceleration independent to what your muscles are doing. You can be completely relaxed.
Muscles
you can have
based on
only if you're sitting in a straight chair, but you're not sitting in a straight chair. If you're in motion already, like you're walking or moving, you're going to feel acceleration, even in a state of it's going to be a tension upon your body, right? Let me rephrase it that way. It's going to be a tension that you feel.
No, you don't feel tension. Like I say, acceleration is about the fluid balance in your inner ear. Yeah. Because here's the thing. Let me finish.
No.
Yes, because here's the amazing thing. Regardless to what I did with my muscles, regardless of how the fuck I tensed, I kept falling over due to a calcium buildup in my inner ear that got dislodged.
I'm not talking about you making a calculation change.
No.
I'm telling you that, like, if I'm in a car and I start accelerating, I know it, I feel it because my muscles have to tense to kind of go push against it. Your acceleration is when you start pushing against something. Otherwise, there's no acceleration.
You feel acceleration with your inner ear. That's how we balance.
That's not acceleration. That's equilibrium. Is a whole different thing.
So the equilibrium is about the fluid in your inner ear, and the acceleration
your inner
alters.
Ear is far more sensitive.
2 different things, bro.
Yeah, but it's the inner ear how you keep balance. So I felt like I was accelerating all the goddamn time when I had. Oh, that was bad, Emma. Just saying.
Stingray, equilibrium is not acceleration, just so you know.
I never said it was. But what I'm saying is I felt acceleration all the time when I had that calcium buildup in my inner ear. And that's because I couldn't balance anymore, but I was feeling acceleration. That was my imbalance. You felt like
you were falling all the time? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I couldn't walk fucking straight. I had to sit down and I felt sick.
That's a whole unique situation. I'm talking about like in a generic sense.
Well, if you're on about hash acceleration in my Tesla Model S, then I would tense my stomach, yes. But that hash acceleration is 20 million times more than I would feel with the rotation of the Earth.
We're getting off on a tangent, brother. Hold up. Let's just... Do you understand that the Earth is always accelerating?
I'm always accelerating on the Earth because of the tangential velocity due to rotation, yes.
Have you... Yeah. No, not you. Everybody. Like the Earth is always accelerating. Yeah. Do you agree? Yes or no?
The Earth's surface is rotating, so yes. If you're on it, you're actually undergoing acceleration.
It's not the same as putting in a plane going straight. It's not the same as a train. It's not the same as a cardboard box. We are accelerating. We should feel and or be able to demonstrate and test it.
Yeah, you can do so with the Foucault's
Equilibrium is
pendulum.
for sure
You can
related
do
to
it with a
acceleration,
gyroscope. You can do it with a ring laser gyro. You can even
it's
do
at
it
a
with
constant
nearly done.
No,
Nearly done.
no.
Nearly done. You can say this, but nearly done. You can do it with a Foucault's pendulum, a ring laser gyro, a actual mechanical gyroscope. You can do it with a MEMS gyroscope on your desk, or you can do it with a set of scales.
Let's go back to the gyro for you. I'll spin something up and I put it on a one-axis position. It's going to logically turn 15 degrees per hour.
Logically, in which way?
Whichever way you started off, or whatever angle you have that
acceleration is only when speed increases. If the speed is steady, it's not accelerating.
You cannot produce perpetual motion.
Wait. Just say, whoa, wait a minute. I'm just going to address someone in the chat. Viper, that's not exactly true. Acceleration is not just when speed increases. It's also in a change of direction.
So you want to redefine acceleration?
No, it's also a change of direction.
Right. So you can have a change in direction. So that's acceleration. Glad to clarify.
You're in a constant. Yeah, if you're in a constant. If you've got a rotation and you're on that rotating surface, you are constantly accelerating due to change of direction, even though the tangential velocity might be a constant. But anyway, yes. So yeah, this gyroscope. Why would I always be able to find you east with it? Do you think?
Changing direction is a change of velocity.
Because I do what, sorry?
Because you're setting a torque on the gyroscope to counteract the north.
I'm doing what? I'm counteracting the north.
Well, you're defining what north is. It's the only way to define what east is. So you're putting a torque on the gyroscope.
Yeah, so what's putting a torque on the gyroscope?
I don't know all the details of it. I just know the fundamental basics of it. But
all right, so if I spin,
to conclude that you apply energy to something that you can hold up with one hand, that it's got to energy in, energy out. It's got to demonstrate a rotation around a certain way. So it's going to start rotating a certain way, and then you're going to put a torque on it, and you're going to call that east or west or whichever direction you want to do.
No, I didn't say that, Lee. I said an acceleration is a change in velocity or a change in direction. So but the thing about this is this, and I don't know why I'm reading the chat as well. It's because I'm interested in people's spins. So the rotation of this, we spin it up. Let's say it's 3,600 RPM, and it oddly, strangely, the 3-axis gimbal starts to orientate itself downwards, so it's spinning radially perpendicular to the ground, parallel to the ground, right? Perpendicular to the downwards direction.
I know, Stingray, dude, you're getting too deep, man. I know you've already studied all this. You're more advanced on the gyroscope than me, but I understand the very basics of it, so I don't go past that.
Yeah, so the basics of a gyroscope.
I want to say thank you for having me up, man.
That's all right.
I think you have a lot of things that people should consider on both sides and maybe test and verify. And I think we're missing some data. I think you're really smart. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I ain't smart, kid. I was the dumbest. I was the dumbest at fucking school.
Did you call me a kid? How old are you?
Probably older than you.
Stingray, Roman
probably
Catholic
not. How old are you? Like 52?
Your sundial is wrong.
Oh shit! Are you older than 52?
No.
Where are you older?
For real?
Sorry? No,
how old are you?
I'm not in my
48.
50s. You're fuck. Okay, you're a little bit older than me. Fuck it.
Okay, then yay.
All right.
Anyway,
whatever.
I think you're amazing to use that software that you're using at all, dude. I went down that road. That's some software to learn. Takes a lot of detail, time, and practice. And I love your models. I just think they're off because you're not considering that they are software programs that are like, you could take a straight line and see the infinity of that straight line in that software program.
Actually, believe it or not, wait a minute. Believe it or not, you can't. There is actually what you call a unit grid limit. So an example for
that's
that
the
is
limits of the software. I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I get
That's
this.
awesome.
So check this. So it can reference 93 million miles away, right? It can. It absolutely can reference 93 million miles away in a software program. But it can't draw 93 million miles very easily at all. And it starts getting what you call rasterization errors because it's not meant to handle things this big. So I do have to combat some serious fucking problems with this. So it's not like infinite. But just before you go, would you agree that this globe can predict absolutely everything about your reality in terms of where the sun should be and what's going to happen just by rotating it? Then I'm guessing you do.
I'm impressed in your ability to predict things on that globe. But
it's just a globe. Yeah.
At the same time, you can predict everything on a flat Earth too, so it's irrelevant.
Yeah. So here's the thing: no one ever has. Do you not find that weird?
Everyone always has. Through all human history, you have constellations, predictions of sunrises,
wait a minute.
sunsets, water flowing, anything that you...
Let me take you through this example and see what you think, because this is something that you could do tomorrow if you wanted. Have you got a printer? I got
a printer. I got a printer. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, so here we go. You would say that a sundial is a flat Earth device, right?
Again, Stingray, the things that you bring up are things that need to be questioned and thought about. And that's why I love you, man.
All right. Oh, so you've seen this example before, yeah?
I need to test it. I need to verify
okay, cool,
it. I need to go out and do it myself. And the things that you're bringing up, things that people should consider.
Yes,
sure.
but they have been thought about and answered already. I am legend.
Yeah, and
Roman,
you have seen this, right?
He can teach you about sundial.
I understand, because I think we kind of went over this at one point,
enough.
and you kind of didn't understand where I was coming from, but it's all good, man.
No, it's all right. Yeah, because if you look at my last video, it's just a challenge for flat earthers and globers. Globers have actually done it, and it's like, have you, it works on a beach ball if you rotate the beach ball to a distant light source, but it will never work on a flat table. But it works in your garden.
We'll do the sundial test.
So it works in your garden. It doesn't work on a flat surface no matter what you do. But if you put it on a beach ball and rotate the beach ball to a distant light source, it works fine.
That's not what Fred would say.
No, I'd love to know what Fred would say to this. And I've got one here.
I definitely got to go, Stingray. Thank you for having me up. And,
it's been good.
This was fun. And thank you for just showing up everything that you're doing, man.
All right, cool. Take it easy. Have a good day.
You too. Bye.
A. Smith Shop.
What if you pop the beach ball?
Then the sundial probably won't work anymore, unfortunately. A. Smith Shop, are you a flat earther?
Yeah, man, we've talked before.
Oh, shit. I forget. I really do, and I apologize.
No, it's all good. You go through a lot. You go through a lot, and also the repetitive things. I understand.
Well, I'm actually tired as well at the moment, so I'd forget even more, to be honest.
Yeah, what's it? 11 o'clock over there?
Well, yeah, but I was it's coming up to 12 o'clock midnight in 15 minutes. But I also had a car accident today as well, so I'm a bit shattered. It's only a tiny little accident. It was their fault. They just. I was in a parking space. I was pulling out, and then I braked because the car was coming really quickly, and then they swiped the front of my car. I was a bit annoyed, but there you go.
Yeah, well, good for you that you're not, hurt or anything.
My car's got 8 fucking dash cameras on it as well, so I can definitively prove that it wasn't my fault. So
Stingray, you put your nose in front of a passing car.
Nice. Well, I was in again, for the people listening, I'm a flat earther. You and I have talked a while, and there's like the other guy. There's a lot of points that are both. It's kind of difficult to jump in and just to believe on both sides, because both can be proven on both sides. But I'm going to get into that right now. What I'm going to get into is they were talking shit about you in the fuck the dip, buy the dip or whatever that guy.
Oh, they do. That's fine.
Oh man, I was defending you, talking.
You don't feel like you need to defend me. I don't.
I didn't think I needed to.
No. But I mean, yeah. No, I mean, yeah. Don't. I mean, I'm saying don't waste your time trying to defend me with those people.
Well, no, yeah. So I ended up seeing talking a lot of smack to them, and then showing that they're kind of they're hurting the movement. Like what you're doing, I was trying to show how like even though you have your models, and that's what they were really degrading or whatever, is that even though you're doing that, you're still trying to work with people. You're trying to work with the thought. You're trying to work with the action that it can be proven without going out and buying satellites and stuff. Whereas they were just kicking people left and right. They ended up kicking me twice, but then they brought me back on, and I ended up getting like 100.
Did you tell them you were a flat earther though?
Yeah, I was. Yeah, okay. Everything I told them, I told them that I was like 8 years worth of flat Earth research, or trying to be a glober again, like trying to be that, but I just couldn't do it. They didn't listen to a damn thing I said. And then they started talking smack again, and I was like, I've been in his lives. I was in your live the other day for like 3 hours, and you were talking. You were actually quite interested in most of the stuff that I was saying because it's wild. The stuff I was giving you for sure, but.
I always like my main interest isn't in demonstrating the Earth is a globe or anything like that, really, right? I can do that, but I do that because I want to know how people rationalize it more than anything else, and equally, I want to know what they're thinking more than anything else. So it's not like I'm trying to push an agenda. Somebody that's confident in their own belief, I don't need you to believe what I believe.
Right.
It's not even relevant to me. But I am interested in people and how they think. Yeah, that is interesting to me. It just is. As human beings, we're always interested.
Yeah, and everything that's happened to us in our lives, that's pushed us to the moment that we're in right now. And that's what I was trying to tell them is there's people in the chat that's there's people in the comment section because they were trying to say that some of the people they were bringing up were trolls that were that were sent by you, like some minions. And I was like, are you shitting me right now? And,
minions. I like that. Wait. Fucking hell. I like that. My minions. Go, my little beauties. Fetch me something. I don't know what.
Yeah, they said they literally they said that you sent them, and I was like, "Are you kidding me, guys?" I was like, kidding me?
Oh my god, you're gonna kill me by coughing too much now. Yeah, that's funny. I like that.
I think his name was like Globe Master or Globester. I can't remember. He had like a Hulk as his picture, and they were just talking smack to me. So anyway, so I was like, "Are you guys kidding me?" I was like, "I'm a flat earther, but I still have problems. Like our Gleason map, the one with the red circle around it. It's the go-to flat Earth map. But yet I still can't get behind how Australia is 3 times the size of America, but in reality, Australia is the same size as America.
That is Freddie. The guy that looks like the Hulk.
Fred, yeah,
that's
fuck Fred. Fuck Fred. He's a tool. Nonetheless, there's a couple of things that I can't get behind, but then also as far as the last guy's conversation, with the sundial,
have you done? Wait a minute. Have you done the sundial yet? Have you tried it?
No. If you're talking about, no, I have not, because I haven't traveled to 2 different locations at the same time.
No, you don't. No. Have you not seen my latest video? Can I take you through it?
Miles away, though. The light.
No, you're right. It doesn't. It just represents a very distant light source and a sphere rotating. That's it. It won't be. It won't be. I'll tell you what. It won't be 100% accurate. So if this beach ball is like, let's say, 1.5 meters in circumference, yeah, and that light source is 30, 40 foot away, it won't be 100% accurate, but it'll work. You'll never get close with a flat surface. Now, if you could move that light source 100 miles away, well, no, probably about 50 miles away, and be bright enough to affect this will work perfectly then. But it'll work close enough being 30 foot away, trust me.
Yeah, but one of the main reasons that the globe thought would be is that with the sundial experiment was the one, I think it was they had one sundial in southern, which is actually or northern, which is southern Egypt. And they had another one near Turkey, or if I can't remember exactly where. It was a good distance away, and they saw that the 2 shadows were in different directions. And
Stingray, I printed it out, and it didn't tell the time at all. In fact, it didn't say anything.
It's taking the piss.
That's funny. But I see that the sun would be more so in between those two positions, showing that above us, showing the two locations where they're at. I mean, it wouldn't prove nor disprove a globe.
Like I say, the only thing that you need to worry about is, can you ever get it to work on a flat surface? The answer is either yes, you can, or no, you can't. Now, if the answer is yes, you can, that's fucking fantastic. But if the answer is no, you can, yet it works on a beach ball rotating at 15-degree increments, then, I mean, there's some logic there, right? It works in your garden, it works on the beach ball, it doesn't work on a flat surface.
Yeah, it does. But
so be the first. Honestly, Smith, be the first flat earther to ever go at this, please. Globers have, but it's not for globers, really.
Yeah, I mean, I can do it. Next time I see you up, I'll try that. But another thing, what about the
Stingray, can you put the wheel in the chat again? Thanks.
Triangulation? Like when you have two towers and they're shooting out a radio signal, and this, it comes up with hugging the Earth.
Yeah, wait a minute, 2 seconds. Be lit. Go to my link tree, which is in my profile, and the 3 top links are for the scoreboard, the user info, and the wheel. So it's actually in my link tree in my profile. Lit. Sorry, what do you say, Smith?
Okay, so like you have 2 towers sending out radio signals, and they would pinpoint a ship 1,000 miles away.
Oh yeah, Loran.
Okay, so I think we kind of brushed on this last time, but I still cannot grasp the fact that it worked beforehand, and it's just understood that it's a straight line, but then all of a sudden these waves now curve over the Earth.
Oh no, it wasn't a straight line. It was always they were always traveling on a curve. And the distance was very inaccurate, so Loran would be able to triangulate you, not trilaterate, but triangulate you. I think the accuracy was about as good as we could do it with cell phone towers. Right. So anywhere from, I think, 400 meters to about 10 kilometers. So the accuracy is in between 400 meters, if you're absolutely awesome and lucky, to about 10 kilometers.
What, 6 miles for the?
I don't know. Yeah, probably. Yeah, probably.
No, but this is done 1,000 miles.
Oh no, you can do it over 1,000 miles. I'm saying the accuracy of it will be like 10 kilometers. It won't know. You'll have a big circle that says, "Hey, this 10-kilometer thing, you're somewhere in here."
Okay, I got you.
Yeah, it won't be accurate at all. We use GPS, GLONASS, and Galileo, and trilateration for that.
Yeah. Well, what about the like sonar with submarines? I mean, they can pinpoint it pretty accurate, but they don't have to go across any curvature. They can. I think it's 400 miles. They can see ships 400, 600 miles.
Well, the humpback whale, or even the sperm whale, with one of the largest resonance chambers of any mammal in existence, they can communicate thousands of miles. They are that, it's that good because sound propagating through water, it's good and it's fast and it's loud.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. Because I was just in the other week. I was watching some David Attenborough, beautiful voice right there, trying to put your kids to sleep. David Attenborough.
Yeah, it's going to be a sad day when he goes. Right, it really is. We've already lost like one of the great voices, James Earl Jones, in the last fucking 2 weeks, which is really sad. So
yeah. R.I.P. to both. But if you go over to a globe for me, that one you have pulled up.
Don't talk about
it. Needs to
the
have
globe.
it needs to have Antarctica. Okay, it does. Okay. So if you'll throw it on Antarctica for me.
I'm gonna lose it. David goes.
All right. So on near New Zealand.
Wait a minute. Let me rotate this round into daylight. There we go. New Zealand.
All right, so if you draw a circle around, like if you take your mouse and you go like the east side of Australia, you go down to Antarctica, you come back around towards the middle of the Pacific, you come back up. Yeah, you're drawing a circle. All right, now go back up.
Oh, wait a minute. This won't stay there because I'm not actually drawing on the surface.
Okay, that's fine. You don't have to draw a circle, but if you like make your mouse and you show there you go. Well, that's way too far. You've already gone over to the Atlantic.
Oh shit! Sorry, you're wanting to go up the Pacific where?
Sperm whale is my favorite kind of
about halfway to where. So like right
Hawaii type.
Right, keep going. Right there.
Yeah.
Go up, and then it goes back over to a circle. It's like a 600 to 700 square mile or mile radius.
What you mean like that?
Yep, like that. Okay, so that is the New Zealand. That's the routes or the region for a New Zealand orca.
Oh wow!
And then you also have.
Oh wait a minute! They have orcas in New Zealand.
Yeah, they have. It's called the New Zealand orca.
Do you know? Wait a minute! Do you know that some people think orcas are a porpoise and not a dolphin? How weird is that?
Aren't they porpoise?
No, they're a fucking dolphin. But anyway.
Well, anyway, so what I'm talking about is there's also something called the Antarctic orca, completely different subspecies.
Yeah.
They're different. They don't speak the same language. So orcas speak languages.
Yeah.
They don't speak the same language. They don't. That one of them, the Antarctic orca is pale in comparison. It's like a white. It looks like it's been sitting in snow forever, and it's right next to its region is right next to the orcas that we just circled.
Yeah.
So they have their own region or area territory that they spawn in and breed in and all that stuff.
They never fight though, do they? Have you ever found that odd? Like every other territorial pack hunter will actually fight, but they don't.
They don't even go in the same region, is what I'm trying to say. So the New Zealand orcas stay in the New Zealand territory, and then the Antarctic orcas stay in their own region, their territory. But if you look on a flat Earth map, those two regions are opposite sides of the disk.
Oh yeah. There will be. Yeah.
So it looks on the globe like they're right next to each other. Mm. And like I said, the species are so vastly different that you can tell that there's been a lot of adaptations and a lot of evolution, quote unquote. I won't get into that. But if you look on the flat Earth, and you put those same
white.
Exactly, it is alabaster white. You got some Bob Ross fans.
What's alabaster? I don't get that reference. I don't.
I'm a Bob Ross.
No.
No, okay, the painter. He's like a little pinch of alabaster white. Anyway, if you go to the flat Earth map and you put those same two regions, they're the opposite sides of the Earth.
Yeah. Wait a minute, let me have a look. Yeah, no, I get that. But the issue that I've got with that is that's based on that's just inference though,
he
and
was
the
a
fact
painter that had shows on TV.
Wait a minute, wait. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I get what you mean. So, like, one is like here, this region,
and the other one's in between Africa and South America.
Yeah. So, like there.
Yep.
Yeah. That's
cool. They're completely different creatures. Like that, you can tell they haven't been just recently separated from the tree. They've been. It looks like.
Oh no. That's fine. But that's still inference. Yeah, you're saying because of this thing. Therefore, this thing. Yeah, and that's still inference. That's not a case of there's no causality there. You're saying because you think this is odd, therefore it is odd, and it implies a flat Earth. Now, that last bit, completely utterly made up. Now, the reason why I say that is
what do you mean by made up?
I mean, there's no causality there.
But right there, the regions are right next to each other. But
So the fact that two regions are next to each other for two distinctly different gene expression or evolutionary different species of orca or within speciation or divergence slightly, in no way says that the Earth is flat. It just says that there's two species of orca there.
Yeah, but they're not even close together.
I mean, but it doesn't actually matter. You're still saying because these aren't close, proximity's got something to do with it being a flat Earth, and that's not true. You could argue that on a flat Earth, it's a little bit more probable that this might be the case. Yeah. And I'd tend to agree with you.
Fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
But there's no causality there and there's no direct link. Now, all I have to do to that is say, well, Australia's this size on a globe and it matches reality, not on a flat Earth. The flight paths that go in the directions match a globe Earth, not a flat Earth.
I don't know about that one. I don't know that one.
Oh, right, okay. No, got you. Right, check this.
Right.
Check this.
I have a flight that I can tell you right now from Philippines to LAX, and halfway through it, they halfway through the flight, a woman gave birth to a child. They named him Sky something, Sky Air or something like that.
Oh my God! Wait a minute! It better not have been the fucking the aircraft that were flying on like Sky Airways or something. That'd be bullshit.
I don't know.
I would never forgive my fucking parents for that. I'll tell you that right now. What you named after? Oh, it was the fucking plane that you were born in. It's like, fuck off.
Yeah, Jesus. No, yeah. She gave birth halfway through the flight, and they left from the Philippines, and they were heading to LAX, and they landed in Anchorage, Alaska. Oh, that's what it was. Sky.
Wait a minute. It better not have been Sky Flight 347. That really pissed me off.
It wasn't Elon Musk kid, but
yeah. So, wait a minute. Let me show you this. Let me show you this. So we've got flight paths here, right? Let me turn this that way a little bit so we can see it. So this is a flight path for Santiago, Chile to Sydney, Australia, but they also go to Auckland as well. And they also go to Melbourne as well. So Santiago, Chile to Sydney, Australia. This is over 20,000 miles taking this path. This might be in the air now, actually. Let's have a look. Because it goes like 3 times a week. Sometimes 4 times a week. It depends. And sometimes bi-directional. Wait a minute, let's go. Not that way. Are we lucky? We are not. Oh, Jesus Christ. What's that? Where's that going? Oh. Look at this.
I like that.
New Zealand. Yeah. No, they're like, why is that going due south? New Zealand, the Royal New Zealand Air Force. Oh,
man. They're going to go do some sketchy shit in Antarctica.
Yeah. It's shit that you can't do on the mainland. You've got to fly way, way, way out. No, so, okay, we'll do this one anyway. This one is a 787. It's going from Johannesburg to Sydney, right? Can you see this is what we call a Mercator projection, and can you see the path that it's taking? It's not kind of going direct on the Mercator projection, which is a little bit weird. Now, when they fly this route, they actually fly over some French islands here. You can see them on this flight. You can see people on this flight having looked at them.
Yeah,
now, so what's interesting about this is this thing here. That's the flight. Now. Okay. That is well beyond the capability of that aircraft. Now, even if they flew in a straight line, that is well beyond the capability of that aircraft. And they're not going in a straight line because they're leaving southeast. They're not flying over Africa. They're not seeing the United Arab Emirates out the left-hand side while flying over India and Malaysia and all that kind of stuff down to Sydney. They're flying southeast, hitting some French islands here, and then they come up from the south, flying northeast to Sydney. And you can confirm this. Now, this plane would have to be doing faster than Concorde as well to do it in the amount of time, and it'd run out of fuel twice. Now, this is a single flight. We'll look at your flight in a second, by the way, but if we were to look at these on a globe, they work perfectly. They just do. This is what we would predict on a globe, and these all work perfectly.
Yep, that's fair. I would agree to that. I cannot contest that whatsoever. Even got the French islands.
Are they flying over the ice wall?
Now, here's the thing: if you got me that flight, and I've done this before, it was bound for LAX from I want to say the Philippines, right? Oh no! Oh, was it? I can't remember where it was. Was it the Philippines? Do you know?
The flight I'm talking about, Sky Air?
Yeah, the one that named their fucking
Sky SKYE.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2015, but it was the Indonesia.
Yeah. So you see this great circle route here that I've just plotted on a globe.
Yep.
Yeah. So they set off, they fly this way. They fly over the Bering Straits. Anchorage is here. That's Los Angeles. They're heading straight for Los Angeles on a globe. This is a straight line on a 3D globe. It is a great circle route. The only caveat is they might change a little bit here to avoid Russian Federation airspace. That's it. But it is a straight line. You would stop in Anchorage, Alaska. You absolutely would. Because you wouldn't dump it into the Bering Sea, and you wouldn't carry on all the way to California, right? LAX. You just wouldn't.
Wouldn't the shorter route be over Hawaii?
Oh, God, no. Hawaii's down here. So a great circle route, yeah, is this where I can just turn it, and it's always the shortest path on a sphere. Now, if I leave from Malaysia and go to Hawaii, wait a minute, let's do this. If I do, wait a minute, let's do that, there. So if I go from Malaysia to Hawaii, I'd end up hitting Central South America. So no, you would go that way to LAX. That's it.
Yeah, I hear you.
I mean, all of them work. They just do. They just demonstrably do.
Yeah. I don't know. It just seems like the shortest route would be
circle route.
You know, from Indonesia to LAX would be like over Hawaii. You can
No.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be on a flat Earth, I think. Wait a minute, let's have a look. So,
straight line on a flat Earth is straight. It's a straight line.
yeah, I mean, going from like Malaysia. Wait a minute, where are we? So where's it? Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah, so Malaysia to LAX. Yeah, going anywhere in the northern hemisphere, right? On a globe Earth and a flat Earth is pretty much the same. Yeah, there's only a little bit of difference. The big differences are when you get south. You'll never be able to invalidate direct flights in the northern hemisphere on a globe, but they will be close to a flat Earth. Yeah, the predictions. Not really if you get down to it, but from us looking just as we are. But the difference comes from when we go south and look at flights. Because here's the thing. On a globe Earth, it starts out with these lines diverging, the longitudinal lines.
Right. Yep. I got that one.
But when we cross the equator, these are actually parallel now on a globe.
What if the real map
on a flat
is
Earth,
not like that stingray?
They're diverging. And then they just carry on diverging here, whereas on a globe, they don't. They're coming together by now to a point. So the distances on a globe are significantly different than a flat Earth, which is why Africa is not this wide at the bottom. It just isn't.
Yeah.
Now the amazing thing about this map, though, is this map is accurate because these are degrees. You can definitively go along this longitude, and you pass an objective distance from Johannesburg and an objective distance from Cape Town, as if you went on this direction and you've got an objective distance to Cape Town or to Johannesburg. But these don't work on a flat Earth. They only work on a globe because these are close together.
Stingray, are you trying to say the southern hemisphere doesn't exist?
How certain are we that that this projection of the land is accurate? I don't think it is because
that's fine. So the way that we know it's accurate, well, this isn't accurate because it's flat Earth, right? But the way that we know that it's accurate is quite simply this. Let's say we take a reading of the sun at zenith in Brisbane. Now, we know the amount of degrees that it's going to go through till get into this longitude, right? It's 15. We know this. We know that 15 degrees is an objective distance. So we can stand underneath here now and say, and we know that 15 degrees is 1 hour, right? So we know that for the sun to pass over Australia takes 2.7 longitudinal lines that it needs to transit on this parallel. So it takes 2.7. But the difference is 2.7 on a flat Earth makes Australia bigger than the continental United States. 2.7 on a globe makes it smaller because these longitudinal lines are really close together on a globe.
Yeah, I got you there. I got you. Like I said, I'm even though I'm a flat earther, I still have a lot of issues with it.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I remember last time. I know that you're defensive about the flat Earth sometimes, but I know you question it others. So no, that's good.
Absolutely, you question everything. That's why I'm where I am. But I still think that there's a lot of work that needs to be done. And one of the main reasons is because NASA lies so damn much. I mean, there's so many discrepancies in NASA, especially the first 30, 40 years of its existence.
I mean, we could talk about that because I actually think really in a really shitty way, because I'm not going to lie, I get put off by chest beating fucking Americans that just say, "Yeah, fuck yeah, America," right? And NASA is one of those.
Baby.
Yeah, no, NASA is one of those fucking reasons, right? Because if ever I'm talking to an American, it's like, it's like, well, what the fuck have you done? Did you set foot on the moon? It's like, no, fuck off. But yeah, no, I've evaluated the moon evidence, by the way.
Is because billions of people made it to destinations.
Wait a minute, what do you think of these subjects? Just out of interest. Yeah, well, you're not sure about the shape of the Earth. Let's just call it that at the moment. Moon landings. You believe they weren't a thing, right?
Yeah, I have a hard time believing it. One of the reasons is because I get told all the time from people who are debating this that you can shine a laser up on the moon, you can get a reflection back, but in order to do so, you have to have a specific equipment to do so, and the only the only group that's done it is a university. So I mean.
I mean,
what do you think of Freemasonry?
I think I've got first-hand knowledge of the Freemasons and the Masonic Lodge, and I think it's both. It's the sum of the people that are in it, and it depends on it. My experience of it was, on an outward sense, it looked like a good thing. But from the inside, in the details that I had, it was a very it was a very group of very successful business people that were helping each other. But on the outside, they were doing charitable work. But if one of those businessmen fell out of favor and then, let's say, lost his business, they wouldn't be in the Masonic Lodge much long after that. So I've got mixed feelings both. It's a bit weird, and I have got first-hand knowledge of that. Yeah, so what we'll say about the moon landings is I don't evaluate it based on firing a laser. I evaluate it based on the evidence. I don't evaluate it based on hearsay or what people think. I evaluate it based on the evidence. And when I evaluate the evidence, you guys demonstrably fucking set foot on it, certainly in 1972.
Well, okay, so last time we talked about the moon rover, you were talking about the moon rover.
Yeah.
And I agree with you to a degree, but at the same exact time, the same exact thing can be done on a small scale model, and it looks like the rover and the astronaut that's driving the rover are a model. But that's really
wait a minute. Did I show you them unpacking it on the moon?
Like an hour.
But did I don't think I ever showed you them unpacking it on the moon, did I?
No, I don't think so. But it's kind of hard for me to get past that because of the fact that most of the moon landing stuff is filmed in a studio.
Well, yeah, it kind of isn't.
In a pool. I mean, most people know that when they train, it's the exact. I mean, they even have to have. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll keep this for another day because this goes off into an entirely different fucking tangent, and it's 12:20 as well. But wait a minute. But wait a minute. All gods are fiction. I agree with all gods are fiction.
AI. Yeah, wait a minute. How about this one? AI is good.
AI is good for the programmer. It is. I mean, it's good for the programmer, but nonetheless, you still can't get the results that is necessary because.
No, Mike. This is a general statement, right? So AI is good for humanity. That's what that means. Do you agree or disagree?
It's good for humanity. Yep. I agree.
All right, cool. iOS is way better than Android.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, I like that. You don't exist. Get this. You don't exist independent of your brain.
See, I don't really follow that one because I think that our brain is building everything that we see and hear and taste and stuff and kind of showing it to us like a Xbox is to a TV.
Interesting. So we'll have to have a chat about that one as well then. So we've got the shape of the Earth to finish off at some point. We've got wait a minute, we've got the moon landings to go over, and then we've got existentialism with your brain. There you go. That'll be good.
Yeah, but I'll let you run because it's probably getting late, and you've probably been jarred from your little collision. But
oh, did you? Do you want to see it?
What?
My collision.
Fuck yeah!
I used to be a Freemason.
It's only a
Now
little.
I am a paid
Wait a minute, here we
Mason.
go. It's only a little. What did I call it? I called it time something. Oh, timeline. Here we go. So let's do this. Yeah.
By the
So
way, there's a lot of proof out there that they have the ISS is in a pool that they train in.
no, it isn't. But let's not get into this now because I need fucking sleep. So,
Let's talk about that.
yeah, wait a minute. Check this. So this is me in a parking spot, yeah. And these are 4 cameras from my car. Now you see that car that's moving. We're looking at the right door pillar, looking backwards, and we're looking at the back rear-facing camera at this car, and it's a Range Rover, and it's moving quite quick in this car park. I've already started moving here, and I don't see that Range Rover. The car does. Now I'm pulling out of my space, and it comes around the corner really fast. I see it and brake, and then she just runs into me and runs over the front of my car.
That's your collision you're talking about?
Yeah.
I take back what I said earlier.
Why? What did you say? What did you say?
I was like, man, I'm pretty sure you're jarred from your collision.
Oh, no. I'm jarred because I hate spending time and being on the phone with insurance companies and all that kind of shit. It mind-numbingly fucking bollocks. And she thought I run into the side of her. So with my stationary fucking car here, she thought I run into the side of her here, which is just ridiculous. Now, what I did try and do here
Stingray,
is I tried,
sorry, but you caused the accident.
I tried reversing here. Are you ready? I actually put it in reverse and started going backwards here, but she just caught me.
You got one of the insurance agents watching you right now. He's putting this in your file.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, he was moving.
No, I'm completely stationary here. Boom, she's into me and knocks me back.
Stingray got into a car accident, but only got emotionally damaged.
I'm glad you weren't hurt though, because I mean that's a minor fender bender. I'm glad that was.
Yeah, I mean, wait a minute. For anybody looking, look at this one here, right? This one here. I'm not moving now, and she just goes boom and runs over me. That's fucking stupid. Just saying.
Yeah, she bounced off you too. What are you driving?
Yeah.
What are you driving? She literally bounced off you.
Oh, Model S. Tesla Model S. Yeah.
You have a Tesla coming, right? You can see
what are the five the 5 proofs? Wait. I thought of something when I first joined you. You were talking about motion of the Earth. When you see a train going by, and I'm talking about a locomotive that has the coal or the pollution coming out the front, and you see the pollution is staying in one spot.
Well, it's just steam. It's just steam, but yeah.
We'll go steam. You can visibly tell that the train's moving, but if you take that same concept and you put it on a larger scale, one that would match the Earth, a volcano that dumps the ash deep into the stratosphere, but yet it doesn't really rotate. It doesn't look like it's being sucked up. Doesn't look like it's being moved. Well,
at all. Some of them go into the jet stream and then get carried away. Yeah, because one of the Tonga explosion. That wrapped around the Earth with all the all the water and steam that it ejected. Then there was the massive.
That's a
I think
jet
it was a wildfires in New Zealand. They crossed all the way to Australia. I don't mean the wildfires. I mean the smoke.
So cheeky and
but you're talking about
aggressive
the smoke in the
driving
jet
from
stream. I'm talking about
Stingray.
it dumps the in a straight pillar. Not all volcanoes, but a good number of them. You can look up and find what I'm talking about, and it goes straight into the air, deep into the stratosphere, and until the jet stream catches it, the smoke or ash does not move. It's in a vertical.
Oh yeah, no, and that's expected on a globe. That's the sad
Shut
thing.
up, Georgino.
See, I don't see that. I see that.
I know you don't, and flat earthers don't. But that's expected within the realms of physics, the conservation of angular momentum, and the heliocentric model. Now, when flat earthers come along and say, "Hey, this is wrong," it's like, well, not on our model, so you're actually inventing something different to complain
St.
against.
Helens went around the Earth.
So, but yeah, like I say, the Tonga explosion, you could see that from satellites as well. Do you know that? Do you want to see from satellites?
Yeah, and once it goes into the jet streams, I grasp that the air is taking it, but it doesn't look like it's going straight up. You would think that it would be, if we were moving at 1,000 miles an hour, that it would be at a constant curve.
Oh no, we're not. No, we're not moving at 1,000 miles an hour. The Earth is rotating once per day.
At 1,000 miles an hour, I thought.
No.
How fast would that go?
Fast in relation to what? Speed is relative. What are we measuring speed against when we're on about the rotation of the Earth?
I don't know. The rotation of the Earth. What is the speed? And if you're sitting in one spot, and you put your hand in the air. What is the speed that we're rotating around in 24 hours?
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, if I kick a football to you or a car comes past, we measure its speed by what?
I'm sorry, say that one more time. The car was going by.
Yeah. So when we have a car, we measure its speed by doing what?
By the distance between 1 and 2.
All right, distance between 1 and 2. Awesome. And the amount of time that it takes to travel there. So we get a unit of distance per unit of time, right? And we call that speed. So it required us to have a point A and a point B to measure with a stopwatch. When you say, what speed are we doing on the ground? What are you measuring us against?
Well, I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess the time itself.
No, we need a point A and a point B, right? Or else we got no thing to do it against. So what point A and point B are we using when we're on the ground on a sphere?
I'm having a hard. That sounds rhetorical.
No, it's a genuine question. On a car on a track, we have a point A, and we can mark it on the ground, and it's this little
Stingray,
cross.
you are a terrible
and then
driver.
a part B. Careful, John. Careful. So part. So we've got a white cross as point A on a track, and a white cross as part B on a track. And we can measure a car's distance between it, and therefore we say, hey, this is traveling at, 50 miles an hour. Where do we put point A and where do we put point B in order to get the speed of a rotation of a planet?
I don't know.
You can. You can. Because speed is relative, and there's no relative point on there. You've just got the ground, and that's coming with you.
Okay. Well, that's kind of what the same could be said about if we're stationary and the sky above us is rotating.
No, there's no rotation of the sky. The sky, the molecular friction of the ground extends all the way up through the atmosphere, and that's it. And there's no measuring speed on the ground, whether the Earth's flat and stationary or whether you're on a rotating globe, because you're on the surface and it's moving with you on it. There's no point A and point B reference, unless a spaceship was going to come over on a globe and fly next to the globe and say, hey, I'm completely still, use me. But that's not going to happen. Well, okay, that's very unlikely to happen.
It's measured in revolution per minute.
Yeah, so on a drill, my drill, I've got a Dremel, I've got a Ryobi. I don't come to you and say, hey, these drills travel at 18 miles an hour. But that's what my Ryobi does.
Right. Okay.
But that's ridiculous. I just say it's, 800 RPM. That's all I say.
Okay. All right.
And then the globe is 1 revolution per day. So that's really slow. But like I say, you've got no reference unless you can find a relative reference point to measure speed.
Your brain needs sleep.
It really fucking does. It really does. My brain needs sleep.
I don't know about you know the five tests that were conducted in like the early 1900s to prove that the Earth was spinning and they couldn't.
No, that they all no. Well, which tests are you on about? Every scientific experiment that shows Earth's rotation shows Earth's rotation. Whether it be a ring laser gyros, gyroscopic precession on a mechanical gyro, even weighing an object up and down the continental United States for precious metal trading, absolutely every single thing, including all our navigation, everything says it's a globe, it's a sphere, and you're rotating.
But our navigation, like the pilot, the AI that flies planes is on a flat map.
No, it's actually on a globe. Otherwise, you won't be able to navigate. We've already discussed that, you can't navigate around the southern hemisphere. You won't be able to navigate the GPS satellite networks. You can verify that they're up there, and you can work out your position on the ground from those satellite networks. And there's no way for them to lie, or else you can't get an accurate reading on the ground of where you are. Because you have to work out where you are from the satellites, They don't tell you where you are. They tell you where they are. And if they were lying, you wouldn't be able to work out where you are on the ground. Yet you as a human being can go out there, get a receiver, 825 megahertz, receive packet data from satellites that are coming over, work out the amount of time by clock synchronization of how long that signal takes to get to you, and then work out a big sphere. And this is what trilateration is. And then do the same with a few others. And then you get an intersection of all these spheres, and that's where you are. If any one of them lied, you wouldn't be able to work out where you are. And I'll tell you right now, they all say that I'm 18,000 miles high doing 2,500 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Now, if they lied, they'd be useless on the ground for you to work that out. Yet you as a human being can go and get one of these receivers. You'd have to point it up at the sky, and you'd have to track it because they're hauling ass. Their ground speed is 2,500 miles an hour. That same, let's say GPS Sat 6 and 26 fly down either side of the continental United States, one down, and the circumpolar as well, these. So they portal on a flat Earth from one side to the other because they cross the Arctic. And you can track them through the sky. If they were lying, you wouldn't be able to work out where you were. But you can point a dish up and you have to track them. And you'll see them twice in a day, and it'll be exactly the same path that it hauls ass past you. I'd do that as well as a sundial.
Yeah. All right, I got one more and I'm out.
Go on then.
I like it. In I think 1930.
Oh, why do we always go back to like fucking ancient times when we've got
ancient times?
Yeah.
Ancient times. I got you. Because we don't use blimps anymore. But this wealthy woman from England, actually, she's from your neck of the woods.
Okay.
She I think in London. She was going to she was going to test the Earth being flat or ground or whatever. Or
okay.
So she was going to fly up. She's going to take her blimp. She's going to fly up from London, and she was going to reside in let the Earth rotate beneath her. And then in 2 hours, she was going to land in New York. But she landed in the exact same spot that she took off.
So that's called conservation of angular momentum. It's a fundamental principle of physics, and the only reason someone would attempt that is because they don't understand physics. That's my answer.
Yeah, I can understand that.
And I mean, the point is you can actually do it with a magnet as well. You can have a magnet on a rotating wheel, whereby you can envisage if you detach that magnet from that wheel, it has angular momentum and it conserves it, but it's still got a magnetic force pulling it down. So it's taking an arc round with it still. So it's jumping up and down in the same place. And that's just gravity, conservation of angular momentum. These are principles that are just out there in like first year physics. So I hope she wasn't English, because that just made us look fucking dumb. so I'm gonna look at that, and then fucking on every live I'm gonna say, we disown this person. This is not anything to do with us.
That's fucking funny. All right, man. Well, fucking have a good night, man. I appreciate you bringing me up again. Take it easy. I'll be back. You know that for sure.
Cool. Take it easy. Bye bye.
Later.
All right, guys. Yes, it is incredibly late now. There was someone else in the box, but they just buggered off. And someone that I've never seen before, Star Child. Oh, 1978, Star Child. I need to go to bed.
Sleep is for losers.
Yeah, sleep is for losers. Yeah, coherent development while working is for losers as well, right? Oh, Star Child, you need to. Oh, wow. You should.
Sorry.
You need to smoke less.
I want me with someone else.
Oh, okay. Did
you
you
should smoke less?
Yeah. Did you want to come up and say something?
Yeah. All right. Yeah, me. A nice one. Oh, yeah.
Have we got something to say?
So,
The flat earthers who came up were actually pretty sane.
Well, I always have this question, right?
Yeah.
You know, like if you do a world cruise on a ship, how can a ship, big giant ship, say like the Titanic, how can something like that go around a ball and stay on it? Does it not just go straight across?
No, it's just. Do you know what gravity is?
Yeah, of course I do.
Yeah, so gravity is mass attracting mass, right? If we've got a huge mass like the Earth, the center of that mass is the middle of the Earth. Everything is trying to get to the middle of the Earth. There is no top of a sphere. There is no the up and down. The up and down is away from the surface and down to the center.
Right.
That's it. That's all that is. You're upside down to Australia because your down is towards the center of the planet and their down is towards the center of the planet, but your up is away from the center of the planet in completely a different way to Australia. So your up is like that. Their up is like that. That's it.
And I have another question as well.
Go for it.
You know, like if the world's spinning super, super fast, how come when I fill the bath up, the bath water just stays still?
Because it's not spinning super, super fast. It's spinning once per day. That's really, really slow. This here, me spinning it like this,
I learned about Middle
25,000 times faster than it is actually spinning.
Well, I thought that's how everybody was supposed to stay on it on the Earth because it spun that fast. We all stayed on with gravity.
No, gravity is independent to spin. Gravity is because of the mass of the Earth, the amount of stuff. So,
right, okay.
Yeah, so if we weren't spinning, we'd still have a planet. We'd still have a down towards the center of it. The spin actually reduces our weight slightly. Not enough to give a shit about. At the equator, my weight reduces by about 0.3%. So I still need to go on a fucking diet.
Yeah, I don't see why all these little geeks in the comment want to slag me off. It's about asking questions, isn't it? And I asked a question.
No, that's fine. Don't read the comments. Comments are harsh. Comments are always harsh.
Of course I went to school. Of course I went to school. It's just that, you know, I'm opinionated and I like to know people's opinions.
Don't read the comments. Reading the comments only ends in conflict and pain.
But yeah,
Don't
so
take any
are you a
notice of the
flat earther
comments.
or not?
Am I?
Yeah.
No. I've measured the Earth.
So everything you say then is on, like, literally based on scientific facts?
And my own measurements, yes.
Right.
Yeah. So I've actually, something that I did, which was quite cool. I've actually simultaneously coordinated observations in the north of England, the Balearic Islands in Menorca, and the coast of Portugal to actually demonstrate that it's actually a lovely sphere the size that they say it is. Not only that, I've gone down the M1 from just near north of Harrogate. Well, I've gone from the north of Harrogate all the way down to Watford Junction, with elevation measurements to Polaris, which would only work on a sphere. I've done something a little bit interesting. I built my house and built my extension and designed my kitchen off the Earth's rotation and what would happen with the sun as it comes through.
Whoa, really? That's so clever.
And I fitted my kitchen as well. I ordered it from Wren, but
I know my questions might have sounded a bit dumb, but I actually designed a stable block as well years ago. A block of stables. That was I built it like I had to take into consideration like prevailing winds and drainage and all stuff like that. Yeah. Now I thought that was a pretty smart thing to do, and yeah. I just thought I'd tell you that, but yeah, I've actually designed something before as well. Yeah. All to do with like obviously how the winds affect of where your building is.
Yeah, well, what I didn't want is this is my house on a globe, right, on a sphere. That's what I just put it on a sphere and then rotate it to a 93 million mile away sun, and it gets me exactly what is going to happen in summertime with the sun coming through my bay window and coming through the two skylights. And that's why my kitchen, these are the counters, that's why my kitchen is laid out like this, is to avoid the sun being in my eyes when I'm making breakfast.
Well, this is how people know what time, isn't it? By obviously how the sun lays its shadows across the earth.
Yeah, so a sundial would never work on a flat earth. It requires a sphere. And if you look at my last video on my TikTok, you'll see me putting a challenge out that's been seen 20,000 times, and not one flat earther has ever been able to do anything about it, because a sundial does not work on a flat earth, but it does work on a beach ball. Weird, right? How weird is that?
I do have another question as well.
Oh, go for it. It's fucking late, by the way, for you as well. It's coming up to 1 o'clock, so...
I need my beauty sleep, mate. Never mind. But yeah, so is this like a biblical question? I don't know. I don't want to get into any kind of debate, but the feminine, is that there?
No. So we launch rockets. We have satellites in orbit. We've gone to the moon. We have probes